Hi, everyone. My ice bath is ready and my housemate wants to get in as well. So I figured I'd do a little video today just to show you how to do cold exposure. Let's go. There he is.
I'm excited.
We have to crush the ice up because it's I haven't even finished my tea yet. What are we putting on?
That's your call, mate. That's completely up to you.
We are.
Oh, we are?
Yep.
Alright, we'll do that.
I always put this music on and it's really, really cool. And every time I hear it now, I just feel cold. Right. I need to turn my Wi-Fi on. Shit. How are you feeling about getting in the ice bath right now?
Ambivalent.
Yeah? What made you want to get in?
I haven't done it in a long time and I'm becoming a bitch about it, so I need to get in.
Mantra.
Fuck. Fuck. That's
There
fine.
you go.
That's fine.
That's exactly what I mean. So all of that's now loose, look. So we need to crunch that up. Holy shit! Why? Just find the biggest chunks. So Dan's about to get in.
No, I'm not.
The first thing he's going to experience is a quick inhale. Like,
Do you want to pull that off my foot?
you can do that yourself, I think.
Oh, okay.
So he's going to experience an initial inhale, and he's going to want to calm that down as quickly as he can, breathing in and out the nose.
Just see how quick that happens. Right.
And not panic.
Facing. Right, you timing me?
Yep, go.
Ass first. Oh, so deep.
It's good, it's good, it's good. This is literally the most challenging part. If you don't get calm, you'll want to literally just get out. Control your breathing. It will slow down your heart rate, making it easier to concentrate on affirming better choices like choosing to be calm. It's all in the mind.
Ah, there's some bits on my back that are just digging in. For me, it's the neck. Immediately.
Yeah. It's a choice to be stressful right now. Choose to not be stressed. You're about a minute in. Be aware of how you're treating your body. Are you tensing up? Clenching all your muscles out of shock? If you are, notice it and change it to be in your favor. Your mind must tell your body you are calm, and your body must tell the mind it's calm. Relax all of your body, let gravity hold you. In other words, trust the process, no resistance.
Where are we at?
Almost at 2 minutes.
Oh, you're sitting down.
If you're wondering why the hands and toes are kept out, it's because we have found it to be significantly harder to promote sufficient blood flow to those areas. It can be painful during afterdrop with the sudden rush of hotter blood meeting the hands. If you are to do this method, I'd recommend training your hands and feet individually too. Keep it going.
Time?
Just under 3 minutes. You got it, probably about 20 more seconds. Yeah, 3 minutes is done.
That's so much ice.
That is a fucking ice bath.
That might be the iciest ice bath I've ever done in terms of this amount of fucking chunky ice. I just want to get my head in, but there's so much ice.
Talk about brain freeze. Fuck me. How are you feeling right now?
Good. Debating to get in for another dip. Do you know what was interesting? The parts of my body that were out of the water was the most painful. And everything underneath was fine.
Yeah.
It's just that point where it's the differentiation, where it's like a bit tough. I think that's why I get a lot of neck problems and shit.
Yeah, but
Get in one more time.
Yes, mate. So after the initial exposure to cold, when you get out back into the normal air, you don't really feel the cold. You just feel really calm. Just you don't even shiver straight away, unless you went in and you shivered inside.
So red.
But then after drop kicks in, and like I said,
It's coming.
yeah, you got after drop.
Need to go warm up.
That's it, mate. So you got to prioritise your movement, your breathing to circulate the blood properly. He's off. Don't know if I'm going to do mine yet. I might do mine tonight. So yeah, he's going to go into after drop. He's going to have his own little thing to warm up, circulate the blood. Breathing's very important during this time. After drop is, like I've explained in my first video, when you get into cold water, your body will naturally prioritize your organs, so it will take all of your blood from your limbs. It won't take all your blood from your limbs, you fucking die. And it will keep all the hot blood around the organs so that you can stay alive, and your extremities, your limbs, will have relatively colder blood in them. And after drop is where you get out the cold exposure, and about 5 to 10 minutes afterwards, that blood starts to mix and you have sort of a lukewarm blood, if you will. It's probably, I'd say, just as important as the actual ice bath itself, because if you don't do after drop, you can go into a state of panic. Same with the ice bath itself. So if you go into cold water and you panic, you could drown. If you're in open water, you could get hypothermia. And it's a choice to be stressed in those moments. So you can choose to not shiver. Same when I'm in the cold right now. My body wants to shiver, but I'm just not going to let it. I'm just going to keep, as soon as I feel like I'm going to shiver, be conscious of the shivering and stop shivering. And that's exactly the same mindset you want to have when you're having after drop, is be aware of the shivering, tell your body you don't need to shiver.
How you doing, Dan?
Good, warming up. Feel warm. The toes get me quite a bit. Like the motion up. That's why I bounce. It gives like the shock.
So essentially something else you want to do is, when you finish your cold exposure, if you can, gradually expose yourself to the warmth. Warm up naturally internally first. What I like to do in this, you see this clip in a previous ice bath I did, I just like to feel. So I step out the cold water and I'll just stand and I'll feel everything, and I'm not in a state of shock or shiver. It's actually very calm, because outside of the water is actually relatively warmer than inside the water, so you feel very warm. And then as you start to feel your body tense up a little bit more, then you move to the next bit. Maybe if you're outside, you put on a couple layers, or if you're inside, you go back into your room where you've kept the windows relatively open, so the room's a little bit colder than usual but warmer than outside. Then you close the windows. If you go straight into a hot shower, you can damage your nerves, your tissues. It fucking hurts. Don't do it.
It's actually probably the worst experience I've ever had. Getting into, like, from cold to hot shower. It doesn't even feel hot, it just feels horrible.
It's fucking mad, isn't it? Yeah, I hate it.
You feel ill.
And you still shiver, like you still have after drop. If you get in that hot shower, you'll still be like...
Embrace the after drop and just know it's natural.
There is nothing wrong with doing like cold exposure, like in the sense of, say if you're having a hot shower first and then turning it cold, because essentially what you're doing there is you're really exercising your whole vascular system to contract and retract. That's what carries all the blood around the body. So if you're training that, then of course you're going to get some crazy good health benefits. So if you're hesitant about starting a cold shower or starting cold exposure, just do your normal hot shower and at the end turn it cold. That's still very beneficial. Just always end it on cold, but I will get in when it's this icy and I'll show you my process and I'll try and talk you through it as I do it. I'll try and explain my process when I'm there. It's going to be very hard to talk at the same time, but I want to be in the moment for you guys so you can really experience what I'm experiencing. The ice is still very chunky, as you can see. We're about to do this. I'm going to guide you through it, okay? Stay tuned. I don't do much prep before because I like to get in in a very raw way, not really planned, just get in sort of vibe. But as I get my clothes off, I do practice just a little bit of deep breathing. So sometimes I'll prep, but that's a different kind of cold exposure. Sometimes very good just to get in as you are. Just farted. Okay, so I'm gonna clean my feet before I get in. And just to explain again, as I get in, there's gonna be about, for me, it's about 4 to 5 deep breaths of shock. And I wanna calm that as soon as possible. I can't really talk during that bit, it's quite intense. I'll speak as soon as I've calmed down. On the exhale. Okay. I'm in. When you enter, get in on the exhale. Continue to breathe deeply. It's harder to talk than I thought. If you're clenching, just relax. I'm saying that because I was clenching a little bit. So during that whole time, I was telling myself to be calm. Still am. And I'm focusing on the warmth in my body. Sometimes it helps to hum, to resonate the warmth around the body, so. Humming's great because it helps you control your exhale. Make sure you're humming on an exhale, so your breath's coming out at the same time. But you don't have to hum, you can just breathe. I like to try and stay as still as possible. It's very hard to stay still when you're in a river or the sea because it's constantly moving around you. Let me get my head in. Get out. Continue to breathe. Try and turn the camera so you guys can see me. This is horrible to do when you've just come out of the fucking ice bath. Camera work, oh my days. That's another tip I have, don't do camera work if you've just come out of an ice bath. You need to focus. Right, so I've just come out from wet. Have a shake. get my towel and dry off quickly. And continue to breathe in and out the nose. It's going to feel a bit rough with the towel on your skin if you've just been exposed to the cold like that. It's quite numb. I'm not shivering at the moment because out here is a lot less cold than it is in there, so I actually feel quite okay. But I'm hyper aware that my blood's going to be moving, and my hot blood is going to be, or my cold blood's going to be circulating soon, so that's why I'm breathing. So I want to get that, I want to have less of an after drop than possible. That's possible. So I'm dry. Now I like to feel. I'm just going to stand here. Deep breaths, but calm breaths. They don't have to be loud, like, because that can also insinuate that you're panicking and stressed. I want to gradually expose myself to warmer environments, not just straight away. So I'm going to stay out here for a bit, do some quick movements, some diaphragm swing, which I really like. Get this off. I'm going to do some jumping. With the breath. Shake still. Want to get the groin moving. Get a horse stance, some pelvic tilt, anterior, interior vibes. Doing a horse stance is good. You feel the thighs working, muscles activating. Since I've got some equipment to pack away, I'm going to pause this, bring in the equipment, and I'm going to show you guys my inside routine. I've kept the windows open in the room, so the room's a little bit colder than it would usually be. I'm going to gradually expose myself to the warmth. So I'm inside. I am starting to shiver. I'm going to continue what I was doing up there inside. Right, got some trackies on. Do some breathing, bitch. I'll do this for an extended period of time because it really works for me. Like, I don't shiver at all when I do this. I guess it's because it feels like I'm pumping, like the breath is pumping so much blood around me so fast. At the same time, I'm like pushing all of the, like whipping all the hot blood back to my limbs. I like to pair that with the jumping, like Dan. That mixed with the horse stance. Continue to breathe. When you jump, you don't want to be stiff, really. It feels really nice to be loose for me. The reason it's good for keeping your arms loose when you do this is because, again, there's that whipping motion. I like to do it with my legs. Just whip. Movement is key when you get out during after drop. As soon as you stop, you feel things quite intensely. Already starting to tense up a little bit there, so I'm just going to keep moving until I don't want to tense up anymore, until I don't. Trying to get the hips in. Open up some of the hips. It's also okay to do some conventional movements like push-ups, squats. They're all compound movements. Explosive jumps are really good, so just jump as high as you can jump. The slap shower. I'm going to do one round of Bastrika. Okay. Start with a vacuum of the stomach. best high. I'm feeling pretty warm now. Tiny bit of after drop, probably like 2 out of 10. I'll do some push-ups. So that's my process of the ice bath. The river's kind of similar. It's very difficult because the water's flowing around you. So it's quite hard to be still. There's a sort of different level of concentration that needs to happen, but it's relatively the same. You want to get somewhere warm quickly and not stay outside for too long. So one way you can do that is to bring layers. Gradually put some stuff on till at least you get to your car. I recommend trying this with someone first if you can. These techniques can be used for cold showers too, if this is new for you. Practice the breathing, practice dealing with the cold. Let the shower hit you, hit your chest. You can get your limbs in first if you're really new to it, but if you've been doing cold showers for a bit and you're still getting your limbs in, I challenge you to just get your chest on it first thing. As soon as you get in, on the chest, and see what happens. See if the breath goes, and if it does, I challenge you to see how quickly you can calm that breath down. And same with the back, when you turn onto your back, try and be calm about it. Try and get to a place where you're just like, and just deal with it, just wash. Like that. And afterwards, instead of going like, oh, that was so cold afterwards, oh, and getting all your clothes on, do some movement, do some breathing, hold a horse stance. This could be a good time to do a challenge of how long can you hold a horse stance for, how many push-ups can you do, you know, get the blood pumping, try some breath work. You've been needing to try breath work. Everyone says, I want to try breath work, try it, you know, type in Wim Hof into YouTube. That's me done. I felt really groggy before this and not very nice, had a headache, and now I feel fucking amazing. So get out there and try it. Thanks for watching this video. Until next time, see you later.